If you want to sing the song Always Remember Us This Way by Lady Gaga and you are struggling with it, stay until the end because today I'm going to teach you all the things you need to know to learn it. My name is Juanalina, I'm a vocal coach and I teach people how to sing using a holistic and functional approach, which means natural and easy. Today, as I said, I'm going to teach this song because I have many students that come and want to sing this song and don't know how to. Before I do, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are interested on learning how to sing the smart and functional way. First things first, the main reason why this song might be out of your league right now is because you need to work on your vocal range. So if that's the case, I invite you to go ahead to the description below right now because from there you can download my 3 singing secrets to expand your vocal range. Now let's get to the song. This is not a song for complete beginners. That's the main issue when my students come and maybe they have never taken singing lessons and they come to lessons because they want to learn this song or another song. And it doesn't really work like that. All songs have a different level. It doesn't mean that you can't sing songs that are out of your current level right now, but it does mean that you have to modify them. So if you are a beginner and you want to sing this song, I would recommend you to attempt to sing it like Lady Gaga, because she has been singing for many years. Let's talk just a little bit about how to approach this song in 3 different levels. So if you are a beginner, your approach to this song should be more about learning what is the right key for you, learning if maybe some parts are too hard for you, you can modify the melodies using your creativity to suit your current range. And also you can play around how to approach those higher notes or lower notes from your current skills. And one way to do it would be to use your head voice instead of attempting mixing or belting in the high and powerful parts. I have had quite a few students that were beginners and they insisted they wanted to sing this song. Even if you try, if you don't have the muscle coordination yet, and that takes time, you are not going to be able to sing it like her. You have to do the best you can with the skills you have while you keep on building new skills. So that's if you're a complete beginner. If you are an intermediate singer, that is what we're going to focus on today. If you're an intermediate singer, then you want to be able to, if you wanted to, use the same vocal resources that Lady Gaga uses. Of course, you should do your own version, always. You should use your creativity. But today, I am approaching this song for vocal training purposes, so that's what we're going to do. So if you are an intermediate singer, this is going to be about mastery of your vocal registers, because this song has a lot of very quick register changes. For example, from chest to falsetto and from falsetto to mix, and they happen very quickly. She does it in a very skillful manner. To be able to do that well and that fast, you need to be able to have a lot of control over that. Finally, if you are an advanced singer and this is all easy for you, first, congratulations, because that takes a lot of years. And secondly, you might want to also be able to do the vocal effects that she uses. She uses some rough effects in some specific parts of the song. This is quite common in pop music. The rough vocal effects are used now and then in just a few parts, and it gives the song a lot of contrast, a lot of energy, a lot of dynamics, a lot of variety. It makes the song much more interesting, and I will encourage you to start trying. Also, if you're an advanced singer and you can resolve this song vocally with no problems, I deeply encourage you to go deep into the interpretation of the song, the interpretation, the acting. All right, so all of that said, let's focus on intermediate singers. So this is going to be about mastery of the registrations. Let's take a look at the beginning of the song.
Letters on the sky, burning in your eyes. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul, like California gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find.
The verse starts in chest voice and she uses quite a few little slides within her voice in this first part of the verse. They're not very obvious, they are quite subtle. You found the light. So those are very subtle slides, but they have a big purpose in the song. And being able to do them means that you do have certain flexibility of your pitch muscles, and that's what you need for the rest of the song as well. So I will encourage you to at least try them. And also it gives the verse a lot of variety. Giving the song variety and storytelling has a lot to do with these dynamics and the ways your voice moves. Right, coming to the second part of the song, she switches completely to head voice. But she plays around with the connection of her voice. She goes from a falsetto to more of a mix. For example, when she says, "But I can't find the words."
So when I'm all choked up, but I can't find the words.
so it's not all breathy and falsetto. This is actually super skilled to do. For you to be able to do that, you need to be very familiar with your chest voice, your head voice, and the connection between them. You already have to have experienced your mixed voice as well as switching between chest and head. So if you need to work on this, what I would recommend is that you take the words away first and you sing only vowels. A good choice of vowels to work with this particular section of the song would be the vowels U and E. An E in which the lips are not pulling back, they are toned and the tongue is quite active. I will attempt that section with that breathy voice first. I will start with E and then U because that way you're gonna have the E in a strategic part. In the song, she's switching to more of a connected voice. She gets rid of the breathy voice when she says the words. When you want to switch to that part, try to make that E extra toned. So the E is a really good vowel to work on your mixed voice and the connection of it is brighter. And do it softly. And see if you can start trying to play around different degrees of breath within your voice. One thing you can do to really work on this skill is to really find contrast between the breathy voice and the connected voice. When I say connected voice, I mean in the clean voice. So now I'm going to do it very breathy, and when she says the words, I am going to make it clean, but I'm only going to use vowels. I'm going to sing the melody with only the vowels. While I was singing, I could feel that to make the sound more breathy, I had to lose some tone in my lips and also in my tongue. And when I wanted to make it more clean, my tongue had to be more active in the pronunciation of vowels, in the change of vowels. So that is a tool that you can use to, in a very safe way and differentiated way, which is what we want to do when we want to become really good singers. To use the tongue is a good way to do that. The change of vowels is happening primarily through the movement of the tongue. So keep the tip of the tongue touching below the lower teeth, always there, and the tongue just goes up and down, basically. Try with me. Very breathy at the beginning and then changing to clean. Once you got the idea of the contrast between breathiness and clean voice, then you can choose how much breathiness you want to have in that section of the song. I would actually recommend not to use too much breathiness because your breath has to last you for a long phrase, and within the same phrase, without taking an extra breath, you have to switch to a more clean voice. And to be able to differentiate that, you actually need to be working with enough air, with enough fuel. I will make it soft but not too breathy. I will do something like this. So there is a little bit of breath, there is that softness that comes with that quality, but I could feel it was much easier to get to that mix with enough fuel and enough control. In the same section of the song, she goes the other way as well, from mix to breath.
Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts.
So you can use the same resource to work on the rest of this particular section. And by the way, that resource can help you for many, many songs. Once you have mastered this, then you can take these vowels away and you can bring the words back in, and it will be much more easy now that your muscles know what to do. It's gonna be much more easy to add the words to it. Alright, we come to the second verse, and in the second verse, she starts playing around with a lot of dynamics. By the way, what I said before of breathiness, it can really help you provide contrast in the dynamics of the song, so use it wisely. Now, in this section of the song, the intensity increases because leading to the next chorus, which is much more intense.
Lovers in the night, poets trying to write. We don't know how to rhyme, but damn, we try. But all I really know, you're where I wanna go. The part of me.
She's here using a strong chest voice, and one of the things she is doing that you can do that actually really helps you get to that powerful voice that is not pushy at all, but it's just natural strength, is she's again using some sort of slides within the words. When, for example, you say something like, but all I really know, so that oh, can really prepare your voice in a gentle manner, make it bigger. And of course, don't forget to make the sound bigger. You need to take a nice deep breath and open the mouth. Keep the lips down, and then the voice is gonna know what to do. You can't have a powerful voice if your resonators are all small and your articulator muscles are all soft. So that's how I would approach this part. If you want to go a little bit deeper, a good vowel to work on this specific section of the song is the vowel O. It's really good because it allows you to open the mouth quite a bit, and it invites you to keep your lips a little bit more toned, which you need to work with these transitions while keeping the voice nice and strong. And using a vowel is gonna make much easier for you to work with these slides that I was suggesting. Once you got it with the O vowel, then you can add the words back in and try to do it quite quickly. So once you got the idea with the vowels, you repeat it a few times, then you got it, then you add the words right away, and you're gonna find that it is much easier to sing now. Another thing I would like you to do in this part is, once you get the idea with the slides and the connected voice, is play around the intensities, the dynamics. So if you think about 1 being the softest you can get and 10 the loudest you can get, with this verse you can play around maybe 6 to 8. So play around which one is your 6, which one is your 7, which one is your 8, and you can make this section of the song much more interesting by playing around that subtle changes. But they are still 6, 7, 8 is already quite intense, so it's good to lead to the next chorus, which is not the most intense chorus, by the way. Continuing, we get to the second chorus.
So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play.
That second chorus is much more intense than the first chorus, but is not exploding. In fact, there is a switch to a falsetto, which brings the intensity right down. I think this is great. This is quite a mastery of vocal performance, because then she goes to a bridge in which she really plays around vocal improvisation using the voice as an instrument. I think that brings the song quite a bit up. Even though we are learning here to be able to sing like Lady Gaga, even if you are using this as a training exercise, I would really encourage you to create your own version of the bridge. It's a really great opportunity to explore your vocal creativity and your vocal expression as well. Now in the last chorus, I will definitely use a lot more intensity there. I will probably be in the 8-9 area.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play,
And within that chorus, she does play again with this intensity. She brings the chorus down and up again. And so that's actually up to you how you want to do it, how you want to manage. Remember that the intensities are a really good tool to keep the listeners engaged, and a tool to sort of drive the emotions that your listeners are going to be experiencing. But I would definitely save the most intense part of your voice for that. Make sure you use all your resources. Use your bridge, use all the previous parts of the song to give you impulse to keep on growing with your voice. And if you want to go a little bit more deep, I will consider maybe training that particular section of the song, that chorus, with more of an ah vowel. Like we did in the previous chorus, we worked with the O sound. I will still work with around the lips, but a little bit more open, more towards an ah. Ah, still a dark ah, but bigger than the O. That will give you a bigger sound. And play around how much you want to open the mouth. Remember that to sound strong, you can't do that with a small mouth. So, very important. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn to sing another song, maybe let me know in the comments and I can help you with that in one of my future videos.